Greetings, beer industry people from around the world. Welcome to the Beer Business Daily video update. This is Harry Shoemaker. Today's date is September 30th, I believe. And what are we going to talk about today? This is not it. Aha. Well, we just got back from the MBWA convention in Orlando, and not a lot of controversy there like there have been in years past. I guess probably the biggest controversy was the price increase that Gambrinus has initiated in the eastern half of the United States on Corona. It's got a lot of people in a tizzy. A, because distributors don't know whether to eat the increase, as Barton and I guess what is now called Crown Imports, which is the JV between Barton and Modelo. They sent a letter to current Gambrinus distributors asking them not to pass the price increase on to retailers because it would cause disruption in the marketplace, mainly because retailers would have to take the price up. And quite frankly, Barton and Crown are saying that they are going to roll back the increase come January 2nd. Not quite sure why they would do that unless they just want to have parity pricing across the country, which is likely, or at least some semblance of parity pricing. And so distributors don't know whether to go up or not. In addition to that, some competing distributors, some non-Corona distributors who distribute competing brands like Heineken, Demza, and craft brands, a handful of them want to go up and just follow Corona up so that their own brands can experience price increases and the price gap won't get too out of whack between Corona. Heineken, Demza are against these increases. They want to go up according to their own previous plans at the end of, some at the end of this year and some toward the beginning of next year. Also, people want to wait and see what the domestics do, because it's hard to go up with your better beer brands, or as Jim Cook likes to call it, or your crafted imports, if domestics don't go up with you. If that happens, you get quite a price gap and it could create problems. So, there you go. Now, next big news this week, Absolut. Will Anheuser-Busch attempt to purchase Absolut vodka, the #2 vodka in the country, premium vodka behind Smirnoff? It's coming up for sale, presumably because the Swedish government is they had an election, and the new folks are more conservative. They want to privatize some of their bigger industries, one of them being vodka. It is not a foregone conclusion that they will privatize Absolut. And, something that hadn't been said, at least a lot that I've seen, is that there's going to be, I think, some political ramifications on this. I don't know if the people of Sweden want their crown jewel to be in the hands of dirty foreigners. And by that I mean Anheuser-Busch, Brown-Forman, Diageo, Fortune Brands, Bacardi, Pernod, you name it. We don't think Diageo can get it because of antitrust reasons, but certainly the others are interested in acquiring that brand. So, Anheuser-Busch, as I pointed out, does have synergies. They do have synergies. They have 12 breweries where they can make the brand. They have a very elaborate distribution system across the country where they can distribute the brand in most cases, at least in licensed states. The question is, are they going to be willing to pay too much for it? Because whoever's going to buy it is going to pay too much. You can almost bank on that. And second of all, do they really want it? Is it worth it to have one spirit brand without a whole portfolio of spirits brands behind it? That's kind of the big question. But I have to tell you, a lot of spirits companies today started off with just one brand, and it wasn't even that long ago. It wasn't that long ago that Bacardi basically just had Bacardi rum, a few flavors of it. Now they have a bunch of other things, but that wasn't too long ago. It was just Bacardi. Absolut itself is marketed itself around the world with basically just one brand. They've got Cruzan rum and some other brands now, but those are recent additions. And think of how far Brown-Forman has come just on the tail of Jack Daniel's. So and they've also, AB's also got all these beer brands behind it, so don't totally discount them as a possible bidder for this company. We'll see if they get it. Now, lastly, the other big news was what? August Busch the 4th promoted. Not a surprise. Big question is, was this the board saying, hey August, we want you to go out there and be aggressive and be different and get some spirits brands and make some big deals, or was this just normal succession planning? I think it was a little bit of both. I think this would have happened anyway because of succession planning. I think it's been in the works for years. At the same time, August the 4th has been very vocal lately about the fact that Anheuser-Busch will and can seek out opportunities in all forms of alcohol and all strengths of alcohol, from zero all the way up to high proof liquor. So yes, I think some big things are coming. They're not going to make a sharp right turn. However, I think this frees his hands up a little bit to make some big deals. So there you go. Gotta love it. All right. Listen, you can't have a cold beer and Diet Pepsi. Sure does is a good surrogate. So that's all I had this week. I'll come back as I try to make these more frequent. People came up to me at the MBWA and they said, "Where's your video? We love the video." So here's the video. It's right here. We'll be doing it more frequently, but I want to again plug the summit February 26th in Phoenix, Arizona, the Phoenician Hotel. We've got a ton of speakers. Go to BeerNet.com and look it up and register. And I'll see you here next time. Take care.